Archaeologists are excavating an outdoor dance floor about 250 kilometers west of Moscow. Napoleon Bonaparte's disastrous invasion of Russia will be solved on Moscow's dance floor. They solved a massive Napoleonic puzzle. Hello viewers, welcome to our channel. In this video, we will talk about what experts have found under Russian dance floor. Before we start, make sure to subscribe to our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates. Let's get started. A team of French and Russian archaeologists excavating a park in Smolensk in the summer of 2019 solved a long-standing riddle about General Charles Etienne Guten, one of Napoleon's most admired senior military leaders and most successful in battle. Gut was one of many generals who served Napoleon in his apparently interminable European campaigns, but he was a great leader that Napoleon respected. The French and Emperor required Guten's bravery, loyalty, and dependability. He also named the Arc de Triomphe the Avenue des Champs Victory Arch. King Louis XVI, France's penultimate monarch, reigned in 1768 when he was born. Louis XVI, the last French king, succeeded him after his death in 1774. The French Revolution of 1789 violently ended his power, resulting in his guillotine hanging in 1793. Few could have imagined that 25 years after Guten was born in Montiges, the French would behead their king. In 1779, 9-year-old Louis XVI joined this elite school. Napoleon, a poor student from a tiny academy, was one of the latter. Gutenberg was 18 months older than Napoleon. Thus, they undoubtedly knew each other. Gutenberg's fate depended on his relationship with the future general and emperor. Gutenberg graduated in 1782, joined the King's Guard, and became a second lieutenant in an infantry regiment before the French Revolution in 1789. In 1791, as a full-time lieutenant, Guten went to Santo Domingo to fight to Saint Ouverture's slave uprising. After that, he returned to France, and in 1793, he was appointed adjutant general to General Etienne Guten, his uncle, and his good and successful military career continued. In 1800, he was involved in many battles as the French took on other European powers across Europe, which became known as the French Revolutionary Wars from 1792 to 1802. In 1803, the military campaigns almost seamlessly merged into what historians call the Napoleonic Wars. These confrontations involved complete generality. Gut became Napoleon's Grand Army's 3rd Division commander in 1805. He led bravely and fought. He courageously won the Battle of the State of Jena in 1806, despite his low rank. In the Battle of Austerlitz, 122,000 Frenchmen fought 114,000 Prussians and Saxons in Saxony, Germany. Napoleon wanted to fight the Prussians before they joined up with the Russians. Our location and Jena, 13 miles away, saw simultaneous fights. Gut's 3rd Division was the first to attack the Prussians in Hassan, under cover of terror, despite the odds against a Frenchman. Hassan saw Guten's force repel Prussian cavalry attacks. Guten was in a tough fight, but the Hound and French determination won Prussia victory. Guten's soldiers defeated a renewed enemy attack, but it was costly. Gut's division lost 40 soldiers, and the general was seriously wounded but recovered. This allowed him to lead his triumphant troops into Berlin a couple of weeks after the Battle of Austerlitz, continuing his military achievements over the years and earning many accolades from a grateful emperor. He was wounded again at the Battle of Wagram in 1809, when Napoleon's forces destroyed an Austrian army with 300,000 men and 80,000 casualties. Napoleon had the largest army ever minus 685,000 men, and thought he could defeat Russia in 30 days. In June 1812, the French army marched into Russia, but the Russians avoided a pitched combat and retreated, setting fire to their own infrastructure to deprive the French of much-needed supplies. The Battle of Smolensk was a crucial early battle. Napoleon won, but the Russians torched their city and fled. The French defeated a Russian raiding party 12 miles from the ruined city in the Battle of Valentino. The Russians took over a large area of marshy terrain. During the melee, a cannonball hit Gudin's legs. His left leg was nearly decimated, and his right calf was shot away. Bleeding heavily, the critically wounded general was evacuated to Smolensk. Hence, the French won at Valutino, but lost 7,000 troops, including one of their most fated generals. Historian Fellow said the wounding reaction was unprecedented. Paul Seeger recorded Napoleon's 1812 invasion of Russia in 1825. He said the emperor stopped talking and was thunderstruck when this happened. Valutino's win wasn't stunning. Napoleon visited Gudin's hospital bed the next day and urged surgeons to amputate his most severely wounded leg to save his life. But gangrene set in and he perished. The monarch was devastated. The Foundation's Napoleon website notes that Napoleon's 14th bulletin contained a glowing memorial of goodness. The emperor called General Gunther an army legend. Napoleon told Gut's wife, "I share in your regret." Napoleon was devastated by Gudin's death, but worse was to come. Despite entering Moscow, the Russian army fled after burning their capital city. Gut's body was buried in Smolensk, but his heart was buried in Paris at Père Lachaise Cemetery. The French's humiliating retreat from Russia prevented them from retrieving Gut's body. Pierre Malinowski, a Frenchman, decided to locate General Gut's burial in Smolensk. In November 2019, he spoke to CNN about the forgotten general. "He's quite a figure, so I wanted to know what happened to him," he added. Malinowski continued. Napoleon mourned and buried him in a little park because he didn't have time to take the body with him. After retreating, he planned to repatriate him. Malinowski's research team used Marshal Devout's journal to locate the grave with Russian assistance. DAV recorded Gunther's burial. Devout didn't locate the general's grave. The researchers then examined other papers about the general's burial, including an eyewitness report, which led them to the outside dance floor. They uncovered the remains of a 40 to 45-year-old guy in Smolensk Park. Gudin died at 44, and this skeleton was legless, which is hopeful. After many died in the French invasion of Russia and many lost limbs, Malinowski decided he needed better evidence to prove Gudin's body had been located. He risked flying to Marseille, France, with a skeletal femur and teeth in his luggage. Thankfully, finding the Gut family wasn't as difficult as finding the general. UC in St. Maurice, Sur Ellis, France. The Gudin family has a crypt. Malinowski told a radio network that he was excited to compare DNA from several sets of bones. France, Blue, November 2019. Malinowski found General Gudin's bones, mislaid goods, and Smolensk for over 2 centuries, so it appears he accomplished his crew's goal. Malinowski exclaimed, "This is my best day." Napoleon was one of his final witnesses, and we were lucky to find a skeleton after Russia's 1812 tragedies. General Gudin's descendant, Alberic d'Orléans, praised the discovery to the Daily Graph. He fought Prussians in the Battle of our State and deserves national recognition. d'Orléans wants his famous ancestor reburied in Les Invalides in Paris, where Napoleon is. That's it for today. We hope you guys enjoyed the video. What do you think about this discovery? Tell us in comment section. Please like and share our videos. Don't forget to subscribe our channel and press the bell icon for regular updates.